I'd like to welcome everybody to a very special edition of the Parasha Pointers, where we delve into the weekly Parasha, try to understand and gain some insight into how we could raise our kids in the proper way. Well, today's version is very late because I got a flat tire today, Baruch Hashem, and everything is so perfectly choreographed that those 5-6 hours that I had to spend waiting for my car and then getting the tire changed is all part of the process of where I needed to be. So Baruch Hashem, it was great. So therefore, I have to record it this way because I didn't have the time to record it normally today, and now it's nighttime, and the inside of my house is not available because of electrical issues. So here goes. In the Parasha, there's an amazing proclamation that's made before they go to war. See, this war that we're talking about is a milchemet reshut, is a voluntary war, not a war that's a war that they had to have against like the 7 nations. This is a milchemet reshut, a voluntary war. And before they go to war, the Kohen makes an announcement, and he says, anyone who built a new house and did not live in it, or planted a vineyard and did not yet enjoy its grapes, or got married and did not have their first year of marriage, is exempt from war. You could go back home. And then a little bit later on, he continues and says, anyone who's rach levav, he has a soft heart. What does that mean, a soft heart? So Rashi explains that perhaps he has an averah that he's worried about. He has an averah. And because of the averah, he feels he does not have the zechut. He does not have the merit to be successful in war. And Rashi has a whole pshat over there that maybe that he spoke between the tefillin shel Rosh and the tefillin shel Yad. There's a whole discussion, but forget about that. Rabbi Yossi HaGlili in the Gemara, he says something amazing. He says, you know why those other 3 reasons exist? Those other 3 reasons exist just to camouflage this person who feels that he has too much sin, so that he shouldn't be embarrassed. He shouldn't feel uncomfortable that people are saying, look, you see, this guy has sin. And that's why he's going back from war. To camouflage that, to protect his honor and his dignity, Hashem made 3 other reasons. Oh, he must have gotten married. Hashem goes out of his way not to embarrass a Jew. When it comes to our children, for some reason, I see it, unfortunately. You see that a parent sometimes feels that it's okay to embarrass their child. Chinuch is not a license to embarrass somebody. In shul, I one time saw a child took out his phone, and the father said, what are you doing? The boy was so embarrassed, he ran out of the shul. Talk to him, do it the right way. I once saw an amazing story about Chacham Ben Zion Abba Shaul, Zecher Sadik Livracha. He was in his yeshiva, he was learning, he was doing his thing, and then all of a sudden, he hears a commotion. It seemed as though somebody stole the rabbi's coat. And they were screaming, Ganav, Ganav, robber, robber. He said, let me ask you a question. Why are you screaming that? Go try to get my coat. But just because he stole doesn't mean you're allowed to embarrass him. Could you imagine such a lesson? The dignity of our children. We have to be so careful when we put them on the spot, when we say things to them, when we catch them in the act and embarrass them. Sometimes it could be very, very long-term damage. We have to realize that just like it says in the Gemara, that it's better to jump in a fiery furnace than to embarrass another person. And it says that when you embarrass a person, it's like murder, chas v'shalom. We have to be very careful. Our children are our most precious commodities. Talk to them in a way that keeps their dignity. Treat them like people that don't get embarrassed. And in that merit, they're going to be open to listen to the things you have to say and the musar you have to give them. Have a Shabbat Shalom.